When God gives you authority, whether you have authority in a ministry or whether you have authority over your children, if you're the man of the family or if you're the mother of the children, even though you're under your husband, whatever, if you're an older sibling that has responsibility to not teach your younger sibling the wrong things that you've learned, whatever responsibility you have, God holds you responsible for that authority that you have. And the man was supposed to guard himself against the woman overtaking him, and he failed. So actually the male's crime, the crime of the male sperm, is greater than the male's chromosome, okay? His crime is greater than the crime of the female chromosome. He was supposed to hold it all together. So this is very interesting. Listen to the aspects of human nature that we're talking about here. God blames the righteous one because Adam had righteousness. Jehovah gave him righteousness, gave him his breath. So God blames the righteous one for not holding down the evil of the one under his authority. If your child breaks something and breaks your neighbor's window, you are responsible for it. So these free-floating sperm, they are very guilty. The whole creation fell because they did not obey Jehovah. He didn't go to the woman and said, don't be evil. He went to the man and he said, guard yourself, because the woman is evil. And he's saying that today to every man in his church and in the world. But right now we're dealing with the church. Do not let your wife sway you when you know that she is wrong. Do not let your wife turn you away from God because you're afraid she won't give you sex. Don't agree with your wife to spend money that you know you cannot afford because you don't want to experience her wrath. It's called being a man. Don't give your wife authority over your children when you know that she's wrong because she makes more money than you do. So these male chromosomes, they are more guilty than the evil female. Brethren, a society, a president that releases murderers from jail and looses them upon the culture is more guilty than the murderers that murder somebody, some innocent person in the street. A judge that lets a criminal go and that criminal murders somebody, the judge is more guilty than the criminal, because the criminal is a criminal. That's what he does. He's a criminal. You are the judge who is supposed to decide between right and wrong and protect not only the potential victims, but the very criminal himself from committing another crime. You are guilty. The fivefold ministry is guilty for every crime admitted and committed in the church. The United States government is guilty of every crime committed by our rogue agencies in our intelligence community, like the CIA, which has gone completely rogue. President Donald Trump is responsible for that agency. We'll see what he does. The whole country, by our president, is responsible for the pedophilia, the disgusting pedophilia that goes on our shores. And Attorney General Sessions has already said he's going to prosecute. He told Nancy Pelosi, I'm going to prosecute. Every person, everything that goes wrong in this ministry, because I let somebody remain here that shouldn't be here, I am responsible. Everything that someone here does that's wrong, that I have not told it to you, I am responsible for whatever comes out of it. I save your life by telling you the truth. I save you from the sowing and reaping judgment. And if I don't tell you, the sowing and reaping judgment falls on you and on the whole ministry. That's what it means to have authority. That's what it means to be a man in your family. You're hiding from your wife? You better come out from under the table before the whole family gets destroyed. And you need to pay the price, whatever it is. If your wife won't sleep with you, she won't sleep with you. You're going to sell your soul. You know what that makes you? Do you want to know what that makes you? That stops following God because your wife threatens to not sleep with you. Do you know what that makes you? There's a name for that. God holds responsible the male. He holds the one that he gave authority to responsible. If you have two children, a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and you send them to the store together, do you tell the 5-year-old to take care of the 8-year-old sister? Or do you say, you hold your sister's hand, don't let go of her hand, when you cross the street, if God forbid that kid runs out and gets hit by a car, that 8-year-old was responsible. The Lord is a God of order. So the one that he gives the authority to is the one that's responsible. I'm responsible to tell you all everything that I see that you are doing wrong. If I won't do it, it comes back and it bites me. I've seen this time and time and time again. I don't want the aggravation, so I don't tell you, so it spreads like a cancer through the ministry. Do you think in a church where division rises up and eventually someone runs off with half the congregation, do you think that there were no signs that that was coming? Do you think the pastor was really caught off guard? Completely? He had no idea what was happening? Why were his eyes closed? How come he didn't know? Are you not, is your congregation not before God? Do you not know what's going on in your congregation? Or did you not know how to deal with it? Were you a woman in charge of a church? You have the authority, you have the responsibility, and God goes to you. To me. Here it's me. For your children, for your family, in your job. If in your job you're a supervisor over other people, and one of them really messes up, do you think the boss is not coming to you? You think he's bypassing you and going to the person that messed up? No, he's not. He's coming to you. It's your department.